Hello and welcome to another episode of Mindful Living. I'm Janelle, mindful living expert and founder of Crossroad Angels Holistic Therapy. And today's a little different because I am in my bedroom. This is my vanity and my elephant picture and a candle because the power went out an hour before I was supposed to start. And I was just like, well, we can all go upstairs. The kids are in the nursery in the next room. My husband I lucked out because he happened to be home today and he's sitting with the children, but it's just getting colder and colder and colder and colder in my house. And it's like crazy, but I wanted to do an episode of Mindful Living for you guys anyway, because I have a really interesting topic. And that topic today is, well, first, let me ask you this question. Um, did you know that some illnesses and things that you suffer from commonly every day could be stress related? Uh, and we're going to go over quite a few, maybe like two or three different common everyday ailments that you wouldn't even think was associated with stress, and it is, and different mindfulness techniques that you can use in order to help alleviate some of those symptoms. And a child might burst in here, like my husband is doing the best he can, but a toddler might burst in here during mindful living this time, and then I'm holding my phone, so I know my hand's going to be kind of shaky, so I'm sorry, and I'll try to keep it stabilized. And we'll get started. So, first thing, let's explore the first common ailment or illness that I think all of us have had, and those are headaches. Now, headaches, they are doing studies to find out that stress is actually the number one factor for headaches. Now, I'm talking about tension headaches, migraines. Sometimes if you find that you're getting a bunch of migraines over and over, or a lot of more tension headaches that you are normally dealing with, sometimes that can be linked to stress related. That can be linked to stress. That can be linked to stress in a lot of different ways. So if you find yourself just getting headaches out of the blue all of a sudden, it could be because you're stressed out and you don't even realize that you're stressed out. Another thing is stress can worsen symptoms of diabetes. So if you have diabetes and you're suffering from diabetes and you notice that your diabetes is flaring, then that can also be stress related. And you should probably look at your stress levels if you are diabetic, because the effect that has on the body is crazy. Another thing that stress can cause, which I'm going to look at my notes here. Stress can also cause, well, shocker, stress can also cause flare ups with depression and anxiety. And I mean, like, we already knew that, right? And it's not like you're just going to be happy go lucky all the time. You're going to get stressed out, and it does cause issues with depression or anxiety, especially if you work in a high stress related field and your job is very demanding, and you're not getting that return back for your reward of doing your high stress job. Then it's going to link to a lot of stress. They did a study, and I'm going to post an article where I got some of this useful information they did on people in the workplace and people that work in high stress jobs related to people that work in lower stress jobs. And they found an 80% of the people that worked in a higher stress, higher demand type of field became stressed out more often. So I think they said 80% of the people who worked in high stress dealt with a more depression and anxiety than people who worked in very low stress environments. So there are ways that you can manage your stress, because stress happens all throughout our day. Like I said earlier, every day is not going to be happy-go-lucky, rainbows and butterflies. We're going to get stressed out. But there are ways you can manage your stress. And that's what I really want to get into right now. One of the first things that you can do is something that's very simple, and I've talked about it before, and that's deep breathing. And it only takes a couple of minutes a day to establish a deep breathing practice. Now, you're not just going to be sitting there going, that's not deep breathing. It's just slow, rhythmic, diaphragmatic breathing. If you don't know what diaphragmatic breathing is, it's when it's like, I'm a singer, for instance, and if you are used to music or you have a singing background, you understand what diaphragmatic breathing is. But for those of you who do not, it's breathing when you inhale, your belly fills up with air, like so. I'm going to try to demonstrate like this. Belly fills up with air, then breathe out. Breathe in. Belly fills up there. You see my shoulders? They're not rising. My shoulders are still level. And you're going to continue on like that. You can do it for a few minutes a day. And it's called diaphragmatic breathing. It is absolutely excellent when it comes to calming down your central nervous system. Now, if this video is a little choppy, again, I apologize. I am running my data. We have power, but I wanted to bring you mindful living anyway. And if this video is total crap, I will delete it and record you a video from my computer and just post it later when the power comes back on. Another thing that you can do is focus in on the present moment. And you focus in on the present moment by being aware of what's happening right now. So often we get stressed out about the past, or we get stressed out about the future, or we're just worry warts like me. I'm a worry wart, and you could just be worried for no reason. And another thing you can do is just, hi Alyssa, hey. I'm doing my mindful living podcast, and the power went out, and I'm in my bedroom. And this is like crazy, but I wanted to do my podcast anyway, so I'm on my phone. But hi, I'm so glad you could join. But anyway, so like I was saying, is a lot of times we're stressed out about the past, we're stressed out about the future, and we are just being worrywarts. And one thing that you can do to help lower your stress is by tuning into the present moment. And sometimes that looks like, I was talking about deep breathing earlier. It's just taking a few moments of your time every day to practice some of those deep breathing exercises. Or you can use an environmental trigger to help bring yourself back into the present moment. Like if you feel that you find your mind is wandering and you're just stressed out about something that's supposed to be happening in the future, or maybe you're stressed out or regretful about things that have happened in the past, and your mind is just going through these stressful scenarios and worrying thoughts, one way that you can turn that off and reduce your stress is bringing your awareness back in to the present moment. You can do that by deep breathing. You can do that by, lighting a candle like this. Yeah, whatever works for you. You can do it, whatever triggers you. Some people I've talked to, they use environmental triggers like the sound of their phone going off. Like, they bring their awareness back into the present moment. Because really, when you're in the present moment, it doesn't matter what you're worried about and what you're stressed out about, because those things aren't happening right here, right now, in this present moment. Unless you're dealing with an incredibly stressful situation, of course, and it's happening right there, bam, in your face. But this, more of what I'm talking about is if everything is fine here in the present and you're just stressed out about the past or the future, it's a good way to bring your attention back on the present moment. One more thing you could do is reframe your situation. Like, say, for instance, you're driving to work and you're late. You're stuck in traffic. Nobody's moving, or people are driving crazy, and you feel yourself getting angry. You feel yourself starting to get road rage. Now, I'll say it again. Every day is not going to be rainbows and butterflies. You are not going to be happy-go-lucky every single day. You're going to get stressed out. Stress happens. It's about how we manage our stress. It's responding to it appropriately and not reacting to it. So in the scenario of a traffic jam. You're stuck in traffic. You're late to work. You're late to an important meeting. You're late to church. You're late to something that you really wanted to get to, and you're late and you're starting to get stressed out. There's two ways that you can deal with a situation. Yelling people off and cursing and honking your horn, or you could make that conscious decision to respond to that stress by saying, you know what, I'm gonna take advantage of this time and take a few minutes to myself just to relax a little bit. I got a couple of minutes before I have to get to work. Work stresses me out. So you know what? I'm gonna turn on a little music. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy myself. Check in with yourself. Hey, how am I feeling? You know, what thoughts are going through my head? Maybe work on some deep breathing. You know, whatever works for you. Whatever you can do to help kind of change that terrible situation into a good situation, like kind of like what I did today with mindful living. You know, I sat down to do my makeup an hour before this started, so at 12, and then all the power just went out, and I'm like, well, crap. You know, I'm about to start my makeup. So you know what? I was like, I could do two things. I can freak out and get really mad and be like, oh, I'm going to cancel it and not do it. And there's no way. Or I could just chill, open up my window, do my makeup with some natural light, and just be thankful I have space to still do this, and a phone that has, at least it has 13%, but at least it has something. And I can still do it. And it's changing, it's making those conscious decisions to change your outlook on things. And like, it's not like it's just going to be, every day is just going to be perfect. But man, does it really help change the stress levels that you have reoccurring throughout your day. So that's all I have for you today for Mindful Living. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't catch the beginning, that's okay. The replay will be available shortly. And if this video was kind of glitchy, I apologize. I'm going to watch the whole thing after this. And if it's terrible, I will record a cleaner version from the computer and upload it when we have power back. Hopefully that's soon, because it's starting to get cold. We're in the attic now. And the cold, frigid cold is just rising through the house. So I really hope that they get our power restored like ASAP. And I would like to invite you, if you are interested in getting a free stress test with me, so that we can identify your specific stress levels and give you a roadmap on how you can reduce and manage your individual stress levels throughout the day. And if you're interested in scheduling a free stress test with me, it's all virtual. It takes about 20 minutes, and I ask a few questions about your stress levels, and it kind of gives me a determining factor on how stressed out you individually are. That can be scheduled on the Crossroad Angels Holistic Therapy business page under services at the top of the screen. And I'll also post a link there in the comments. And if for some reason you can't find that link, you can send me a private message, and I will be more than happy to schedule you an appointment with me so that we can explore your individual stress levels and give you a roadmap on how you can lower your stress and get to feeling better. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode of Mindful Living, and I hope you join me again next week. It's every Monday at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. The replay will be available after this. I'm Janelle Emery. Thank you so much for watching. This was Mindful Living, and I would like to leave you here with a reminder to live in the moment and be kind to your mind. I'll see you next time.